Welcome back, everybody. I've been a little bit under the weather for the last couple of weeks, so I haven't been putting out much content, so I thought I would throw this out here. I previously did a video on the Foxeer Predator in the Rooster frame, and I want to do a follow-up to that. I've gotten a couple of comments on that video saying that people have put the Foxeer Predator into their Rooster cage or their Chameleon TI cage, and says it fits perfectly, and I do not agree with you, and I'm gonna show you what I'm talking about here. This is a capture off of the Foxeer Predator webpage with dimensions of it. You can see with the camera cage on it that makes it a mini style camera that it has a 28mm width. This is a capture from the Armattan website saying that they're FPV Camera Mount, and this is appropriate for the Rooster or the Chameleon TI since those cages are identical. They're advertising that it's 28.5mm in width. Based upon the information on those web pages, it doesn't take much math to figure out that you have a 0.5mm gap between the width of the Foxeer Predator and the cage that you're trying to put it in. I'm going to measure it anyway. Here's a feeler gauge that's just about 0.5mm. You can see that the feeler gauge slides in perfectly between the Foxeer Predator and the Rooster. Actually, this is my Chameleon TI cage, but it fits in there perfectly as we would expect it to do. What that means is that there is a 0.5mm gap between the two. If you choose to install the Foxeer Predator into the cage without anything to fill the gap, that 0.5mm gap, this is what you can expect to happen. It preloads the bracket there, and it stresses it, and it'll probably just crack. The bracket around my Predator cracked on both sides when I tried to install it without any shims. Unfortunately, the shims that come with the Foxeer Predator are not the right size. They're going to be too wide to be able to fit in there, so you're going to have to find some M2 size washers that are about 0.5mm thick, or two of them that are 1/4mm thick. These frames were specifically designed to fit a camera that's 28.5mm, such as this Runcam Swift 2 in a mini style case. It fits perfectly, and there are no shims, no problems. I certainly don't have any issues with the Foxeer Predator. I've got one in each of my Rooster and my Chameleon TI, and I enjoy the camera very much. Just make sure you shim that in there so that the bracket doesn't break. I appreciate you watching my videos. I'll see you on the next one.